The topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert Show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from experts on such topics as legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to our experts in community association law, estate planning law, tax relief, Medicare, public insurance adjusters, neuropathy treatment, business brokers, and personal injury law, along with many other topics. Now here's your host for the last 17 years, Steve O.
Florida, welcome to another Ask the Expert show where we really do bring you the top experts in their field in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. I got to tell you, for the next 25 minutes, we have got an incredible show. It's the Florida Senior Planning, and we have attorney Tom Olson with us. And folks, I got to tell you, we do 2 shows a month with attorney Tom Olson, and it is so easy to do the show with him. First of all your questions you send in, but Tom literally has his own radio show that he's been doing for many years. He's been in practice, I believe, and I'm going to let him say this. Tom, how long have you been in practice for?
Well, welcome. Thank you, Steve, and all your loyal listeners out there. I'm attorney Tom Olson. I've been a lawyer in Florida for 45 years, Steve.
He doesn't look like it, though.
Thank you. You know, when lawyers have been a lawyer in Florida for 50 years, there's a big awards ceremony, so I'm hanging on for 50 years, Steve.
Tom, one of the things I want people to understand is, gosh, we hear people passing away, and not just people older, you know, in their 70s or 80s, but God, it seems like 30s and 40s and 50s, and you just never know what's going to happen. And that's why it's so important not to procrastinate. Tom, since we have all these new listeners now with TikTok, would you mind telling them about Florida Senior Planning?
Steve, Florida Senior Planning, we do estate planning for people anywhere in the state of Florida. We can assist you from Pensacola to the Keys. And when I say do estate planning, typically we're talking at least 2 parts, maybe 3 parts. Part number 1 always is 4 basic documents: a will, a living will declaration where you ask that you not be kept alive by machines, a health care surrogate. So if you're not able to, you're appointing somebody to decide what doctors, what hospitals, what medications for you, and a durable power of attorney for financial affairs. So if you're not able to, you're appointing somebody to pay your bills and manage your financial affairs. That's part 1, standard procedure. Part 2, also standard procedure, is we help people to avoid probate. People want to avoid probate because it's expensive and takes a long time. People get that, Steve. Every time I mention avoid probate to a client, they shake their head up and down like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, Tom. Everybody's had a bad experience with probate, the cost and the time it takes. So, Steve, we talk about ways to avoid probate. Some of the things Olson Law Group will do for you to help you to avoid probate, but we also give you an action plan that you'll take home with you that clearly lays out what your homework is to help you to avoid probate when you pass away.
Tom, you've had a long-standing radio show, and you get questions on your show. What are some of the questions that people call in with?
Steve, I am the host of the Olson on Law radio show. I've been on the air for 40 years, Steve. Can you believe it? I go way, 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 way back.
What station, Tom?
It's on WDBO in Orlando. And Steve, radio's changed a lot over the years. Back when I started 40 years ago, radio was it. There's TV and there was radio. Well, there's a lot of competition out there these days. So the fact is that people, they listen live still, and you can listen to it over the air, but you can listen to it live streaming on WDBO every Saturday at noon. But we also podcast the radio show, and the radio show name again is Olson on Law. And then as well, every radio show, we videotape it. We chop it up into one legal question, one legal answer. We post it on our YouTube channel, which is LawTube. And Steve, on our YouTube channel, we have over 10,000 subscribers and over 1 million views. So lots of ways to get access to the Olson on Law radio show every Saturday at 11 a.m. on WDBO in Orlando. Listen to it live on air. You can listen to it live streaming or podcast.
And what are some of the questions that people mostly have, Tom?
Steve, you would think after 40 years, people ask the same questions, but they really don't. Everybody's got their own twist on their particular situation, so it never gets repetitive for me or the listeners. Steve, rather, I would say this, that there's 3 main areas of law that people have called me about over the years. Number 1, real estate, people buying, selling houses, everything from contracts to closings. I've been a real estate lawyer for 45 years, so I got lots of expertise on that area. Steve, another area, second area is family law, mostly divorces. Steve, back in the early years of my career, I did divorces. I don't do them anymore because I don't want to do divorces. They're not fun. So, but I do have a basic knowledge about divorce law and can answer people's questions about that. And then the third area of practice that people call us about is estate planning. Wills, trusts, avoiding probate, how to do probate, what are the different types of probate. So those are the 3 main areas. But then we get a mixture of some bankruptcy, some disability, some criminal defense, some personal injury. Steve, when I was a young lawyer back in 1981, back in those days, way back before the turn of the century, Steve, I practiced law with my father in 1981. And back then, most lawyers had a general practice. We would do almost every type of law. You name it, we were doing it. And so, Steve, that gives me a very broad background in law knowledge that I can answer these legal questions for you. Steve, I've now boiled it down to 2 areas of law that I practice on a day-to-day basis. One is real estate, people buying and selling houses, and 2 is estate planning. Steve, why? Because I get to deal with happy clients. They're in my office because they want to be in my office. And number 2, everything that we do here at Florida Senior Planning, we do on a flat fee basis. We don't have to keep track of our hours. When that client comes to see us, we agree on an action plan, we quote a flat fee, and it makes it much more easy for both the clients and the law firm.
Well, speaking on how you charge, we just got a question in. Person, this is from YouTube, wants to know what's the difference between your firm and other estate planning firms?
Well, Steve, all I can say is that we offer excellent service to our clients, an excellent product. We work on a flat fee basis, Steve. And if you look at our Google reviews, we have over 500 Google reviews now. We're rated a 4.9. So the vast majority of our Google reviews are 5-star rated. Steve, I practice law with my wife, attorney Chris Merrill. Our daughter works at our law firm, attorney Alexis Richards. We've got some young lawyers that are coming up in the ranks. We're teaching them everything we know. And Steve, it is not just about teaching them the law. It is about teaching them excellent client service so that when they walk out of here, they are very, very satisfied with the work product that they got from us, but also about the pricing, the short period of time it took them to get it done. And Steve, one of our biggest sayings is that we like to under promise and overperform. That's our goal for all of our clients, is to give them an excellent product and an excellent service.
Next question. This is from TikTok. I know there's all different types of power of attorneys. I think There's a general, limited, and there's a third one. I don't remember what it was. Can you explain those?
Okay. Well, let's break it down into two big categories of powers of attorney. One is for healthcare. You might call it a healthcare power of attorney. You might call it a healthcare advance directive, but it's about healthcare. The second area of power of attorney is financial for banks and other institutions. Within that said, I can at least think of at least three types of power of attorney. One is a limited power of attorney. So sometimes you're selling your home and you're going to be out of town and you want to appoint your son, Bill, to sign all documents necessary to sell your home because you're not going to be in town. That's a limited power of attorney. It's a limited for one purpose, and that is sign all documents to sell your home. Then a general power of attorney can be healthcare, it can be financial, but with a general power of attorney, it is ripped up when somebody passes away. It can no longer be used. It has always been ripped up. Then a durable power of attorney, most people have heard of those. Durable power of attorneys are also for healthcare and financial, but a durable power of attorney also ends when somebody passes away, but a durable power of attorney stays in effect when somebody becomes incompetent. That's the durable aspect to a durable power of attorney. So most attorneys that are going to prepare these standard healthcare and financial powers of attorney for you, they're going to be durable financial powers of attorney. That's kind of standard procedure.
This is from Renee off of YouTube. Renee is in Palm Beach Gardens. She wants to know, first of all, she said, what a great show. My daughter is special needs. She's 17. What do I have to do in order for guardianship?
Well, I thought you were going to go in another direction. What kind of estate planning does she need? But once she turns 8, so she's a minor right now. So you as a natural parent, you can do whatever you need to for her, including talking to her doctors and getting access to her medical records. If she is competent enough, you would want this daughter to sign a healthcare power of attorney and a financial power of attorney so that once the daughter turns age 18 and is an adult, mom can continue to manage her health care and her financial using these powers of attorney. If the daughter is incapable or incompetent to sign these powers of attorney, then mom would have to resort to a legal guardianship where she would petition the court to appoint mom as a legal guardian. With that, the court would give her letters of guardianship. With those letters of guardianship, mom would then legally have the power to handle the daughter's healthcare decisions, get access to her medical records, and handle all of her get access to her financial records. So all that, once this daughter turns age 18 and she's an adult, mom is going to have to make a decision. The easy way would be to have the daughter, if she's competent and able, to sign a healthcare and financial power of attorney. If the daughter is not competent, not capable, well, then the mom should be pursuing this legal guardianship so that the court will appoint her the power to do these things for the daughter.
Tom, I just want to put my comment in there because I have an autistic daughter. Folks, don't try to do this yourself. I'm serious. It is get an attorney. Tom, do you handle guardianship?
No, we refer people out to guardianship, Steve. That's one of the things that we don't. So, Steve, we have a long list of lawyers that we know and trust can help people in the areas of law that Florida senior planning does not do. You're always welcome to email us. First of all, you can always email us your legal questions through our website, floridaseniorplanning.com. If I'm able to, I'm going to answer your question. But if I'm not able to, I'm going to refer you to a lawyer that we know and trust can answer your question and give you legal representation if you need it.
This is from Gabe in Fort Lauderdale regarding assets. If you have beneficiaries assigned, does that take the place of a will, or do you still need a will? what about transfer on debt? Do we still need a will
Okay.
if you have transfer on debt?
So he is the excellent question. He is right on track. So let me start by saying having a will is standard procedure. There's no situation where I'm going to tell you you don't need a will. Yeah, you always need a will. They're not expensive. You want to have this. But once you get your will, remember that a will has nothing to do with avoiding probate. A will simply directs what happens to your assets when they go through probate. What he's talking about is there's some very simple tools to avoid probate on your cash accounts, checking, savings, CDs, money markets, investment non-IRA accounts, by keeping those accounts in your name only, but making them POD, payable on death, to your adult kids, or TOD, transfer on death to your adult kids. Different banks and financial institutions and credit unions use different terms. POD, TOD, they are the same thing. But so the great question, we always recommend that clients make their bank accounts POD for their adult kids. No, you don't make a bank account POD for a 5-year-old. We're talking adult kids. So he's on the right track, but the will is a safety net. If you pass away and you got a $10,000 CD that you forgot to make it payable on death to your kids, well, guess what? That $10,000 CD is going through probate. It's going to be governed by your will, and your will says, I'm sure it'll give it equally to my kids. So yeah, make your bank accounts POD, but have a will as a backup.
We've got so many questions that are coming in here, trying to get the best one. Oh, here's one we get a lot. When it comes time to, I guess, choosing a power of attorney, how do you choose without hurting feelings?
Yeah. Steve, when I'm doing estate planning for people, whether it's a single person or a married couple, they're going to have to tell me who would make healthcare decisions for them if they're not able to, and two, who's going to handle their finances, pay their bills, manage their financial affairs for them if they're not able to. They might say, I got a daughter, she's a nurse, she would be great for healthcare. I got a son who's a CPA, he'd be great for financial affairs. See, people ask me that question often, and I say, look, when you're appointing your kids to do this for you, it is not an award, it is a job. You are choosing which child might be the best person to get this done for you. When it comes to finances, that child has got to be honest and diligent. Steve, if you are, remember that when we appoint your kids to make financial or healthcare decisions for you, sometimes if you got 3 kids, we have choice 1, choice 2, choice 3. Sometimes the clients say, I want all 3 of my kids to make healthcare or handle my financials for me if I'm not able to. That's no problem. We can do that. If you want to put all 3 kids down, we can do that for both healthcare and financial. Steve, what are the kids really interested in? They're interested in making sure that when mom or dad pass away, their estate is split equally between the kids. That's what they want to know. And that is always going to be the starting point for Florida senior planning. Our recommendation is going to be that you're going to split your estate equally between your kids. If you're not going to do that, well, we're going to comply with your wishes, but we're going to ask you why you're not going to split things equally with your kids. And we're going to make notes in your client folder as to why you're not splitting your estate equally to your kids, so that we're going to be able to explain to the other kids if they try and sue when mom or dad have passed away. Check us out, FloridaSeniorPlanning.com. We have an operator standing by right now. If you want to call for your free initial consultation, we can do that by phone, via Zoom, in person, your choice. Call us right now, 407-423-5561.
You know, God, there's so many people wanting to know about contesting a will. What do you tell family members who want to contest a will, Tom?
Well, people, over my 45 years of law practice, I've had plenty of those calls, Steve, and I always start by saying to the caller, do you have a copy of the will? If you do, send it to me. If I look at that will and I can tell it was prepared by a lawyer and that lawyer and his staff witnessed and notarized it, it's rock solid. If that will was prepared by one of the kids and the kids had their friends and to witness and notarize it, and by the way, mom's will left everything to this one child who prepared that will, it's automatically suspect. So Steve, after 45 years, I can take a look at a will and I can tell you very quickly whether it's solid or is up to being challenged. Now, Steve, when somebody says, Tom, I'm not going to leave things equal to my kids because let's just make up a name. My son, Mark, I loaned him money. He never paid me back. I co-signed for a car. He quit making payments and the credit company came after me. I loaned Mark money to buy his home. I didn't do that for my other kids. There are some good reasons why you want to leave Mark, your son, less than your estate planning. Great. I get it. I'm just going to make notes in your file so that when you pass away and Mark hires a lawyer and calls me up and said, Tom, why did you do this will where Mark's not getting 1/3 of everything? I'm going to tell that lawyer why. And he's going to say, oh, I get it. I'm going to tell Mark he does not have a case.
Tom, we've got so many more questions. The good thing is Tom is going to be with us tomorrow again at 10 o'clock Eastern time. And we hope you'll join us. And I'm going to take a lot of these questions and use them for tomorrow. Tom, again, let's tell people again how they can reach your office.
Check us out, FloridaSeniorPlanning.com. You can email us your questions there. You can schedule a free initial consultation to talk about your estate planning in person, over the phone, via Zoom. Check us out, FloridaSeniorPlanning.com, or call us right now, 407-423-5561.
Tom, I love doing the show with you. This is such an important area of law, and I'm so glad you'll be back again with us tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern time.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, Tom. That's attorney Tom Olson, Florida Senior Planning. That's going to do it for us today. We'll be back again with you next week, same time. And then we've also got our show tomorrow at 10 Eastern time. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.